Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you how to set up charts for scalping. So if you like what you see, please remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If you want interested in everything to know about charts, I would go up to the educational tab on your opening screen, and this is going to show you everything you want to know on the overview or tools and demos, videos on everything. You can find tons of stuff on charts. For the sake of today, I have it on flexible grid. I'm going to go ahead and show you how I set up my scalping chart. So we're going to get right into it. I'm going to get rid of the rest of these down here for now. I'm going to link this a color, which will link to everything and all the other charts. All right, and then I'm going to get rid of the sidebar over here, and then I'm going to get rid of the custom grid for now. So this will be the opening chart that you see, sort of a default. So we have to do a bunch of stuff here. So first off, we go in here. I want to get the tools for my chart on the screen. So on each chart, I want to apply my tools. So they're going to pop up over here. I lock them. I make sure they're there, and then I go ahead and change a few things from over here. I go ahead and delete this button and this button, and then I want to add a price level, and I want to add a drawing tool, not a drawing tool. So then I go ahead and put those down. So that's locked up on my screen to use. Now, how does this chart actually move before we get into it? So if you hold the control button down and use the wheel, you can go back and forth like this. And then if you hold the control button down and you go over here, you can go up and down. If you let go of the control button, you can expand the size of the candles. If you decide that you want to make it expand another way, you left click and drag, and you can expand a certain area, and you can make it really big if you want. Then if you want to go back to where you started, right click and push auto zoom, and you're going to be right back to where you were. Other things we're going to want to change before we get into setting the moving averages is we're going to want to get over here, and we're going to want to adjust the time axis. So right now, this is right at the edge. So we're going to want to make that, I put a 5 here, and I pull it 5 candles away from the edge. So I always know what my last candle is, and it's not accidentally fed off the edge there. The next thing I do, of course, is change the appearance of the chart. So I'm going to want to fill up the candles here. I'm going to want to make sure the volume bar is the same, different colors like the candles. I want to keep my grid on for trading purposes, and I'll show you that. Nope, not pink. We'll do a light gray there. And now everything here is set up how I like it, and then I apply there. And now that's going to be a regular chart right here. Now this is set at day. They have preset time frames in here, right? And there's ways to do custom time frames and intraday time frames here. So you can mess around with the different time frames if you want. But for the sake of right now, we're just going to go ahead and go into what the preloaded ones here are. So I'm going to change this to a 1 minute. So now we're on 1 minute. I've showed you how to use it. And now we're going to load in some of our moving averages. So these, I'm going to show you the moving averages. You highlight and then you add selected. I pushed it 3 times. Now these are the averages that most of the professional traders use, the 5, the 9, and the 20. So I'm making my 5 pink. The 20 is going to stay, the 9 is going to stay. It's because that's their default. I just make it a different color. Say OK. And then this one I'm going to make into the 20. Make that green and say OK. So now we've got all those in, and now we need the VWAP. Really, really the most important one to have on your screen. Highlight, add selected, and now that's over there, and apply. Now we do have to make a change to the VWAP. Go into the beaker. And on this, you want to make sure you check off under the upper band, you check out all these. I find these very distractive to have these up, so I don't use those. The VWAP itself, I make mine red. And then I make the line a double thickness because it's really the most respected one that you need to have. So apply. Now, here you go. So now we're down to a 1 minute chart. Actually, let me just see something here. I think I didn't do something on the appearance that I really like to do. So let me go back to the appearance. Yeah, the background I like to make jet black. I forgot to do that. So let's do that. There we go. That's a much cooler look. So this is your finished 1 minute chart for scalping with the moving averages on it, right? So now we're going to go back to the customizable grid. I'm going to go ahead and add a chart off to the right here. So just so you know, you can do things all different ways here. I add one down at the bottom there too. Now go ahead and link it again. So it's going to start with the default. Now what we didn't do over here yet is we didn't save this chart. So let me take this off. Show you how to save them. customizable grid off. Now we're set up to do more. So you go in here, the two little candles there, and you say save style. So you press save, and then you're going to name yours, the 1 minute chart or whatever you want to name it. Make sure you include the patterns. So I've already done that, so I'm not going to do it again. Now when we go over to this 5 minute chart here, or right now it's not an anything chart, but now you can load styles. So you can make it the 1 minute that you just typed in, but I'm going to go ahead and put it at a 5 minute chart, which I have preloaded here just to save time. And then we're going to see what's different about this chart. So we'll go into the beaker. So I have the same thing, 5, 9, 20, but I also added the 100, the 200, and the 50. Let me drag the 50 up here. 50, 100, 200 with the VWAP. I made these a little different. Besides being a different color, I made them little dotted lines here. So okay, and say okay. So that is the 5 minute chart all set up. So that's basically the main two charts that I use right here are these two. So I didn't add yet. Let me lock, there we go. So I didn't, let me put this, so I didn't do that. So remember, left click, you can make these bigger and bigger and bigger so you can really see how these move. So where do we go next with this? So there's a lot of other things you can do here. I'm going to drag this out of the way. I'm going to show you a setup that I already have. So this is my scalping setup. Now, these charts are a little bit different than what I showed. This is showing you the 5 minute increments so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When this candle moves, I'm going to know by looking at these if I'm not looking at my clock. But I have a bunch of other things on here. Now on my channel, I have this complete layout. If you want to download it, you just highlight the URL and copy it, and then it's exact directions how to paste it in to your ThinkorSwim platform to get the same layout. And on that, you will not carry these customizable scripts that I have. But on my channel, everything on my channel is totally free, all these scripts. This is a script called the seller's indicator. It's completely free. This is the enhanced volume indicator, completely free. This is the volume profile, standard volume that they offer, but I have a video that explains exactly how to use it, which is really, really helpful. And I do put that on my 5 minute, and I show you how to do that and how to use it. I also have the daily moving averages that basically are carried over to any time increment chart. Real daily moving averages are very, very helpful. Remember, when you put on a 200 moving average on a 5 minute chart, it's 200 5-minute increments. It's not 200 day. The 200 day is highly respected. And it's not like the 5 minute increments aren't respected. I do have them here, but we're looking for things that are going to make a stock move differently. So you're looking for the biggest indicators that'll make that happen. So hopefully, guys, that was a good explanation of how to use the scalping, or how to get the scalping charts here. So I hope it was good for you. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like what you saw, and to subscribe, and I will see you out there trading. Thanks for watching.